So this year I really want to prioritize my mental health. I think positive affirmations go a long way. Set intentions for the year. I feel like you're always learning in life anyways. Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I create lifestyle, entrepreneurship, pop culture, and mindset content on this YouTube channel. And I hope you guys stick around, join the fam, join the squad. We would love to have you here. So today's video is going to be a fun little video, and I was thinking about it and I was like, I want to make a glow up video, but like a realistic one, because shit's never realistic. I don't know, but I was like, let me do a realistic glow up for 2024. So let's do it. So I wrote out a little how to glow up in 2024, but it has more of a focus on mental health, mindset, finances, and travel, because that is the type of glow up I want to have. I think the first thing that we can do as a group, as everyone watching this, is to kind of just sit there and set intentions for the year. I know we do that a lot in January, but I feel like January passed and January was a fake month in my head, and 2024 actually starts this month. So just kind of set intentions, like what you expect of the year, what you want to have happen in the year, kind of like goals, but like just intention wise. So like, oh, like I really do hope I have the privilege to travel more this year, or I really do hope that my business thrives this year. Like little intentions like that to kind of set us in the right direction. Then the first thing I think that we can do to have the ultimate glow up in 2024 is focus a lot on our mindset, because our mindset plays a role in literally everything. Like everything is about mindset at the end of the day. And if you don't have a good, strong, powerful, positive mindset, you're not going to get everything that you want out of life. So I would say very much focus on your mindset. And I put a little few things here that I think we can do to kind of flourish our mindset. And yeah, so I said different mindfulness practices or gratitude exercises or ways to overcome limiting beliefs are deep breathing. I love a good deep breathing session, especially when I'm stressed. Mindful walking. This is basically walking with like thoughts, but not like, well, this is what it is for me, but not like overthinking thoughts. Just like, okay, I'm gonna want to walk and think about my next business move, or I'm gonna want to walk and daydream about my next travel, like things like that. A guided meditation. I haven't done one in a minute, but we're gonna have to get back on that because I feel like guided meditations are just really good. Having a gratitude journal. I have one. I do not fill it out as much as I want to, but we're working on it. A gratitude jar. I saw a lot of people doing this, and my friend actually mentioned it to me once, that you have a jar, and each time like you're grateful for something or something really good happens, whatever, you kind of write it down and you put it in this jar. I think that could be fun. Another important thing is to identify your limiting beliefs. I feel like if we ignore it, it doesn't go away, but if we identify it and we process it, that can help. Positive affirmations. We know I'm a positive affirmation gal. If you listen to the podcast, you know. I think positive affirmations go a long way. The next thing I put down is to prioritize your mental health. I feel like a lot of people don't do this. I tried to, and then I would always fall off the bandwagon and kind of like brush it off, and I was like, hey, whatever, like whatever. But now I'm like, I need to prioritize my mental health, because I have been in such a bad, dark place the past like year, because I just like pushed it to the side and I was like, whatever, like it's gonna fix itself. And it obviously does not fix itself like that. So this year I really want to prioritize my mental health and just focusing on me and being selfish in that aspect, which is very, very hard to do. But I really want to focus and hone in on my mental health. So in this way, you can prioritize self-care, which I do a lot of, especially at night. You can get into therapy, which I actually started doing a few months ago. And I do think it's really actually helped me. And I used to be one of those people that was like, therapy is only for when you're like really in the guts, like in the deep, 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 deep sea. But actually you can be in therapy if you're doing well too. I feel like there's just this like connotation around therapy that like you're only in it when you're doing really bad, but people are in it on a daily, like not a daily basis, but like a monthly basis. Even if they're doing well, it's just like to have someone there. And I kind of realize that now, and I understand that now. So yeah. I also think travel is super important just for like growing as a person. And I know not everyone is in a state that they can travel, or like not everyone is as privileged as myself that can travel whenever they want. They don't have to ask someone to take it off, like things like that. But I think I really want to hone in on like also budget friendly travel. I feel like people think that like when they go on these trips, they have to have like this like luxurious hotel and luxurious experience. But at the end of the day, whatever kind of travel you like just do that. I feel like I travel to the same places a lot. I go to New York, LA a lot, and I love it there. And like I can go all the time, and people are always like, oh my god, like why do you go to the same spot? But like I do not care. But that's like my happy place. And sometimes I'm like, okay, like I just need to go on a 3-day trip and kind of, I don't know. Each time I go somewhere, I feel like I just grow as an individual, and I also come back so much more like motivated and determined for my businesses and stuff. So that's kind of how I'm adding to the glow up this year. I'm just gonna obviously travel when I can and not like just like pick up and leave the next day. But for example, I'm going to New York at the end of this month. So I'm really excited for that. And I feel like it's going to just leave me coming back home with such a positive, vibrant, go-getter energy. So that's how I'm incorporating travel into my like glow up for the year. I also think finances is a big way to kind of glow up your year. And I'm not saying like you need to have like 50K saved by the end of the year. Like that is absolutely not, it's not realistic. And we're doing a realistic glow up. I feel like people are like, okay, like you can save 50K in a year. But if you've never saved a big amount like that, going from saving like $500 to 50K is just like that's not gonna happen. Unless something like you win the lottery or something, but like what are the chances? But you never know. One of you watching this is gonna win the lottery one day, and I know that. But yeah, I feel like just like kind of making a financial roadmap for you can really help you glow up in the year and like focus a lot on finances. That's something I started to do last year when I went full-time self-employed, because I was like, oh shit, like the money that I'm making now is the only money I'll be making. And I don't have a salary job. I don't have a part-time job. So I kind of needed to figure out how to budget the money I was making, how to balance it and all those things. So I really focused on that last year, and I'm bringing that into this year. And I also started, if you didn't see in my finances video, I started a 12-month saving challenge, which basically is every single week you save around $30 to $100 and you put it aside. And at the end of the month, you shove it into a money binder. And if you save at least $30 every single week for the year, you will end off the year with $1,440, which in hindsight, people are like, that's not that much, but it's $1,440 that you saved that you can put towards whatever you want. So for me, what I'm doing is I'm putting half towards my like money savings. So I'm going to put some towards my RSP, my TFSA, and then I'm going to use the rest and either like have it for travel savings or just in my personal savings or like buy myself something nice. You know, that's a little challenge I've been embarking on, and I think it'd be fun for other people to join. And again, financial freedom is a tricky thing, and it's hard to get, and it's not easy, and it's not like a snap of the finger type of thing. But I think having your finances in check, or at least like having it organized, is a good way to glow up in the new year. The next one, I kind of said education, because I feel like not like going to school, because you will not catch me back in school. And if I am back in school, that is a whole new version of me. I don't ever see myself going back to school. But just because you're not in school doesn't mean that you can't like learn all the time. And I feel like I try to like keep my brain going and like learn new things at least every month, whether it be diving into like history books and learning about current world events that are happening, which everyone should educate themselves on. Or it's like trying to learn a new language or trying to learn like, I don't know, a new skill or anything like that. I feel like the best way to glow up is to just keep your brain going and to always be learning. I feel like you're always learning in life anyways, but if you like really focus it and hone in, I think learning all the time and like putting yourself in situations that like you're getting educated or you're just wiring your brain a lot is a good way to glow up. Another thing I think is a crucial way to glow up in 2024 is to kind of figure out your role with social media, not being like, are you a content creator? But kind of figuring out your place on it and how much it affects you, because I've realized that social media definitely does affect me and my mental state a lot. So I've kind of tried to minimize the use of it. And it's definitely difficult because I do create content on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and podcasting, but I also edit for people who post on these platforms. And then once they post, I go interact with it and I share it and everything. So it's a little bit of a difficult thing to navigate when you're working in it on a daily basis. But I've been trying to kind of, okay, if I've been working 5 hours on social media stuff, I'll take an hour break and not do anything on screen time, or like watch a movie or read a book or whatever it may be. I try to factor that in and be like, okay, like too much social media today, we're gonna replace it with something else. So I think just honing in on how much social media actually affects you and kind of limiting your use a little bit can help you have a glow up in 2024. I also think a way to have a glow up in 2024 is to kind of foster your relationships that you have now and potentially have new ones. But I think just realizing and being grateful for the people that are in your life and seeing how you can nurture those relationships and those friendships and family members, whatever it may be. I think people often don't kind of realize how many people they have in their life and how much these people impact them. And I think just like nurturing and growing your relationships and friendships and family, I don't know, I guess those are relationships too, can really be a crucial part of growth and a crucial part of just feeling good. The next thing I said is to reflect, reframe, and relaunch. And I'll explain to you guys what I mean by this. This is a time to kind of reflect on your mental and emotional journeys, your emotional and mental growth, and all that stuff, and kind of reflect on it, kind of reframe it. Okay, the challenges and the mistakes and whatever it was that I went through, this is what happened. This is what it taught me, and this is how I'm going to go forward with it. I think that is a great way to look at it, because sometimes I look at like the mistakes I made or like the challenges I went through and I'm like, oh my god, like I was shit, or like, oh, this situation is shit. But I think if you kind of take it and you acknowledge it and you process it and then you frame it in a positive light and what it taught you and like what you gained from it and then move forward, I think that is the ultimate way to glow up your mindset, because dwelling on the past or like focusing on the past or whatever is like detrimental to your mindset and detrimental to you and your growth. So I think if you really reflect, reframe, and relaunch, you're set. Like you're good to go. So remember, reflect on what happened, the situation, the mistake, whatever it was, reframe it into a positive mindset and relaunch it and move forward. And the last thing I said is to celebrate every little win. I think I say this a lot actually, but I think a lot of us, or especially myself sometimes too, I only want to celebrate, or I only really acknowledge the bigger wins in my life, but there's so many small wins that come along the way every single year, every single month, that I kind of just brush under the rug because I'm like, okay, it's not that big of a win, like who cares? But I think if we really just hone in on like the little wins, the little things that we succeed at, can really be great, and it can like really lift us up and like make us feel better and all those things. So that is something that I think everyone should be doing. So that is my little how to glow up in 2024, with a big focus on mental health, mindset, travel, and I think that was it. And finances. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to me below if you're new here. I would really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.